he wasn't doing anything overtly bogus as far as I could see. But, once it all came out and, the tension rose and then he was talking this shit about my buddy.
Right.
My buddy exposed him.
Yeah.
And I truly do believe what my buddy said about Buddy being a handler,
for sure.
because my whole thing is, how did you get here?
What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Maverick Approach. Maverick here, the coincidence specialist. And we have Devon True, of course.
The outcome specialist.
And we have a very special guest, GLC in the building.
I'm up in here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm feeling blacktastic, brother. How about you?
I'm good, man. I'm glad you're here. Glad you made time to stop by. And we got a lot of stuff to talk about and whatnot. A lot of stuff going on with the weed stuff. We got to talk about that with Trump.
Yes, sir.
We were just talking about that.
Yes, sir.
Actually, let's break that down real quick because I know you have a company, right? You have a cannabis company?
I do, man. I got a company called Kanye. We're based out of Illinois and California. And right now we are in about 40% of I'll say 20% of the dispensaries in Illinois. We launched in Illinois in July, and man, we've been rocking and rolling since we hit the market. And I'm from Chicago, so we aim to get licenses in Illinois prior to expanding to California, but California just opened up the doors for an opportunity for us to get into the industry.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't know who GLC is, he has a long sheet of successes and whatnot. He worked with Kanye, part of Good Music.
Yeah.
Please disperse.
Yes, sir.
facts.
Please disperse.
Come on. Hey, I don't think he know. We really was bumping that shit for years.
That shit is still in my rotation right now. as we speak.
Literally.
Yeah.
Banging that shit.
Man, Concept Embrace. Appreciate you, brothers.
Yes, sir.
Are you still in touch with the Good Music guys, Kanye, all those people?
Yeah, man, I just was with family for Thanksgiving, man.
Okay.
Went out to California, fellowship with Ye, Consequence, 88 Keys, really dope.
Word. Shout out 88. He followed me. Yeah, we
Ivan
tapped in.
Jasper. Yeah, we were all together, man, for the holiday season.
Okay, that's what's up, man.
For
I
sure.
mean that again. That was part of our upbringing, listening to all the good music stuff and
big time. It was P and his whole regime, Pharrell, and then it was Kanye. We all day raised us. That was a part of our childhood for real.
Real shit though. I gotta know about Mona. What's happening?
Drinking for Mona with Mona.
Hey, Mona went on to have a family, you know what I'm saying, and develop a good life for herself. She got a husband and some kids. So, man, Mona was a thing of the past. But Mona, you know what I'm saying, I wish her nothing but great prosperity in life.
Y'all look up Consequence Disperse featuring GLC and Really Though. Man, classic. Man, he talks about Mona in that.
Mona was outstanding, man. She was a phenomenal woman. Shout out to Miss Diddy, man. That's how I met Mona.
There you go.
Love.
there you go. Man, so with the weed stuff with Trump, he just made weed a Schedule 3.
True story.
So if people don't know what that means, it's a lesser offense. It's there's a scale, Schedule 1, Schedule 2, Schedule 3. So he just went from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3 for marijuana. So break that down and what that means, because a lot of people may not know what that means for America.
Okay, so what that means is at one point, cannabis was considered a Schedule 1. That was on the same level as heroin, LSD, cocaine, fentanyl.
Damn, it was the same level as that?
That's crazy.
Cannabis was. Now,
Really?
off cannabis, it never had me up for 4 days, It never made me want to be violent towards nobody. It never impaired my vision or my driving or nothing. It just always put me in a chill space. So I can't say that it reflects any of those other things that it was classified on the same level of. And the other thing is cannabis have real medicinal benefits.
Right.
I'm a true believer in it only because I experienced it. I had a brother who was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer back in 2012. And the doctors gave him 30 to 90 days to live because it was stage 4. I got my brother who was primarily against cannabis and weed. I got him to start rocking with the THC.
Word.
I got him to start rocking with the CBD and the hemp. He started embracing the omega-3s that was in it and how it was able to help alkaline your body and fight cancer.
Yeah, and that's
Break
the
it
thing.
down.
Yeah,
Break it down.
Break it down, because omega-3s,
Yeah.
I mean, if you look into a lot of, I take a lot of supplements.
Yes, sir.
Flaxseed, black seed oil.
Yes, sir.
Getting all those omega-3s to where you alkaline your body, because most people don't know that if your body's in a state of, is an acidic state, that is where all the disease like just come in and feed on it.
Yeah,
You
it's all
feeding the
bad.
disease.
It's all
Right.
bad. Cancel Christmas.
Like when you got cravings for sugar and things like that, that's the virus, the disease, the illness that's craving it. That's
Yeah.
not you craving it.
Absolutely.
So when you eat that type of food, you feeding it. So with my brother, they gave him like 30 to 90 days to live. That's 1 to 3 months. But we kept my brother alive for almost 4 years.
Wow.
And cannabis
Man.
played a very huge role in it. You know what I'm saying? And I've always indulged. I'm diabetic, type 1. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
But I have 0 complications. You know, I go to the doctor like 4 times a year just for, diabetic checkup and this and that. And my doctor says that I am an anomaly because I've had diabetes for over 30 years.
Damn.
And to
30
have-
years?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and to have 0 complications is like, how are you doing that?
Yeah.
Well, it's what I eat, it's what I consume, it's what I stay away from, and it's having a peace of mind. I be at peace, you know what I'm saying? Well, what Trump did, that increased my peace because now my company, we can get tax benefits, we can write things off in the cannabis space now. Like when we do promo, when we how much it costs for gas to deliver, how much it costs to stay afloat, we can write things off now. And then not only that, the banks will be more receptive to even allowing us to bank with them now. And also,
they're gonna open that right up.
oh, right up. And
Yes,
then
sir.
also, man, I have stock in a few, cannabis companies. And man, I watched stock soar on Friday. One of my stocks soared 61% just off of him announcing that he was going to
Right.
do it.
Which stock was that?
Right?
Shit, let me know.
Inside. What's popping?
Damn, what stock was that I got that? Hold on, I'm going to tell you in 1 second. It wasn't Columbia, Cresco Labs. Yeah, I bought Cresco Labs.
Gotcha.
And that's an MSO. And a lot of times you hear people in the cannabis space. So I'm an independent company. I don't have any funding from an MSO. MSOs are multi-state operators. They're usually like billion-dollar companies. But I saw that there was a divide in between like the MSOs, the bigger companies, and then the people in the hemp space. So when I saw this in the beginning, I was trying to figure out how could I get into the cannabis space because licenses in Illinois, just like all across the country, man, it was an obstacle. So I was like, I need to get in this space. So I bought stock in a company that I seen that was in multiple states operating.
Smart.
I was like, I got to get in here some way, somehow. So I did that. And along with my company, Cranja, due to the fact that we couldn't get any licenses in 2017, we decided that we were going to get on shelves, but we didn't know how at the time. But then it dawned upon us, accessories. So we started these genuine leather rolling trays that you can fold up, put in your pocket, and we ended up having relationships with like 6 or 7 dispensaries in Illinois. And that way in 2017, we were the first like black majority-owned company to be on shelves in Illinois. You know what I'm saying? Even though we didn't have flour, we was on there with our product.
Right.
And we were able to forge relationships. Then we go out to California, we get it bussing. So we got a distro out there. A distro is a distribution license. And with a distribution license, what that allows you to do is to distribute for other brands. So we distributed for Cheech and Chong. We distributed for Next Green Wave, who was later bought out by Planet 13.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, which is out here.
Oh, that's out
Absolutely.
here.
Yeah, major.
Yeah, so we were building huge relationships from distributing from big brands.
Right.
And from that, we figured out what our niche was going to be. So we had over 200 accounts in California, starting with only 6 stores. You know, we got it up to like 200. And the way that we did that was we had relationships, and we were known for delivering quality products for these bigger brands. So we slid on our brand on in there, and we found the space that motherfuckers wasn't really gravitating to. Like, we was selling popcorn buds. And y'all from Cali, so y'all know they want big buds. They want Kazaa.
For sure.
We came with the popcorn buds, and they was testing like the big buds, and we was selling our 7 grams for the same price as eighths. So we was like giving you
shit.
7 grams for the price of eighths.
That's a win.
That was a win, and that's how we got into the game.
Gotcha.
We found our niche through relationships and through understanding what was selling and what wasn't selling.
Yeah, just paying attention to the market, to the consumers,
Absolutely.
and all that stuff.
We was exercising our G.
Right. So do you think that now what Trump is doing, he's trying to open up the market and eventually make it just a federal law so where it's just across the board, just legally? What do you think that's going to do?
I think that's going to be phenomenal just due to the fact that, first of all, with him classifying it as a Schedule 3, I truly do believe that a lot of people finna come home. That's what I want to see first.
Right. Because all those offenses, all those people got locked up.
I want to see everybody come home, man.
They should.
Yeah,
At this point, like everybody smoking,
Yeah.
it's come on.
Which it never made sense to me because it's like if it's legal in some states and in other states it's like it's a gray area. And then some people, when it does come legal and people are still locked up for offenses, then when it is legal, it muddies the waters.
Yeah, bro. Like right now, we're legal in like 40 states. 40 states have either gone recreational or medicinal. Everybody else is simply behind because I truly believe that anybody who sees the world the same as they did 10 or 20 years ago even, that's 1 or 2 decades behind. You got to get with the times, bro. And we are like America. They be like, America is a business. Well, in a business, the goal is to make money. It's to increase your capital. And cannabis is one way to do it. You know what I'm saying? And when I was younger, I ventured off in the streets, and I was in other spaces prior to cannabis. Due to the fact that I had morals and a heart and a good family and things of that nature, I didn't want that to be the space that I was in. But with cannabis, I consumed it, so I didn't have a problem with selling it. You know what I'm saying? And I know that it never made me do nothing crazy.
Oh, no. I knew a couple of people, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, they were, what was the term they used? Street pharmaceuticals.
Street pharmacists.
Yeah, street pharmacists. That's what they used. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I know a couple of them now, but
Hey, man.
But it's crazy, though, because, like, again, it's constructs. Because if you think about it, when you're doing things that they're doing and they're not getting their cut, it's illegal.
Absolutely.
Right? So when they make it legal and they get their cut, all of a sudden it's okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just it's a moving scale on what deemed is right and wrong when you're thinking about legal and not legal. It's like, okay, well, now we can make this thing legal and we have our cut.
My thing is this though, like the weed now, it doesn't feel the same as the weed used to.
I was getting to that.
Now, like, are they? Because I'm hearing that they're spraying. It's not the same.
Nah,
they're spraying it with some chemicals and shit. I don't know.
And this is why it could be a bigger play because here's the thing: when you're talking about the FDA, when you're talking about legalization across the board, what could happen? You have big pharma now doing what? Getting into the cannabis business,
right? And anytime they get into something, it's not really for our benefit.
Right.
So that's why
they can box you out, right? When you're trying to do your cannabis companies, these big pharma companies can now cultivate their own brands, spray them with a bunch of bullshit, and now we're right back to, the cigarette game.
Everybody being sick again.
Well, I want to tell y'all. So I would say that they are being able to return to the cannabis space because cannabis has only been illegal in America since like 1936. It only became illegal once the prohibition of alcohol ended. And it was a dude down in New Orleans. Well, he was in Louisiana as a whole. He was a congressman. His name was Harry Anslinger. He is primarily the primary reason how cannabis became illegal. He was the first head of the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency. He had an uncle-in-law, like this dude, uncle of the niece that Anslinger had married. He worked for Exxon. He worked in the fuel industry. And anybody who really knows about hemp, you can make fuel from it that can power automobiles. Not only that, hemp also rivaled the cotton industry. It's a much more durable fiber. It can grow through the wintertime, and it lasts longer. It's more durable. So you can make jeans from hemp. You can make shirts from hemp.
So what you're saying is, that was cutting into your bread.
It was cutting into his bread.
Yeah, that's cutting into his bread.
His friends, So his thing was, and then also slavery was over, and you needed a way to continue to get free labor. And if you can't lock people up for being black or Chinese or Mexican, but you could lock them up for a product. And the product is what they chose to consume. It was their vice. So let's just make what their vice is illegal, especially during a time when blues and jazz was busting in New Orleans, and you go to these clubs and if you're a racist guy and you sitting up and you seeing black man mingling with white women and this and that, you may have a disdain for that.
So I'm going to give you a ride home.
Yeah.
But I'm going to make the gas that I'm using illegal.
Oh, absolutely.
Yo.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
they just, so
Pimp
game is religious.
The pharmaceutical industry is just returning to because prior to 1936, like 90% of all medicinal like drugs that was on market all contained cannabis. It was in there.
Really?
Right.
So now we just coming back to it.
It's kind of like the same thing with Coca-Cola, how they used to actually put actual Coke.
You know what's going on.
In the actual Coke. So that makes sense. So all these different drugs that were legal, then it's illegal. It's a moving scale. It's a moving goalpost.
I used to think that was some bullshit until I actually looked. They put Coca-Cola or they put cocaine in there.
Real life.
Oh yeah.
Like real life cocaine.
Real life.
Hey, it's in the name. Dead giveaway.
Like
Coke,
right?
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, they wasn't playing it.
It's crazy because the guy who actually created it
Was on coke.
Well, no, he was. He was on morphine. He was on all this stuff, and he was a war veteran. And the fact that he got hooked on morphine and all this other stuff, he wanted to make it a commercial product.
Wow.
And then
that a bitch.
so that's how he started to put it in there. And then actually he was a drug addict. He never really made any money from it. And then he sold the rights to some businessmen, and then they took off with it.
Wow.
That's one of them. How you sell weed and you smoke it?
It's kind of crazy, man. Also, I want to talk about how you said big pharma can come in and pretty much do whatever they want to it and then package it. Well, right now in the cannabis industry, it's very strict. So like in Illinois, we just switched over to this monitoring process. It's called Metric. And with Metric, what it does is it monitors the plant from seed to sale. So any cannabis that is sold in dispensaries by law, it comes with what is known as a COA. A COA is a certificate of analysis. So that tells you the genetics of the plant. It tells you the terps in the plant. The terps is what give you like a euphoric feeling. It pretty much is what allows the cannabinoids in the plant to communicate with the cannabinoids in your body and make you feel however it's going to make you feel. Now, all this is monitored. How much THC is in there, no pesticides and things of that nature. That's one of the reasons why I invested in a cannabis company, because of the restrictions that was on the plant. Now, as you said, that the weed ain't the same from the old days.
Yeah.
It's not, because nothing was tested in the 20s and 30s at that time. That's all been through a mix of mixing different strains together to get to those points of THC and different growing methods, like on inside, how much lighting it is, the type of nutrients you put in the plant, everything matters. So that can alter the amount of resinous in the plant, which will control how much THC is in it.
Right.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
So we was getting uncut.
Absolutely. Most of the weed we were smoking back in the day was outdoor, or what they like to call sun grown. That's an industry term.
Right.
First time when I went to a cannabis industry event, I'm like, man, what's this? Y'all got the outdoor?
Yeah.
Everybody looked at me like they was nervous and shit.
Yeah.
What you mean? No, we call it sun grown. Okay, sun grown, cool.
Yeah, I mean, well, now what we're seeing is a massive surgence of alternative medicine. We're looking into wellness, health. I know you have your vegan brand as well.
I do.
And I think it's a perfect time only because of, again, there's been a lot of disclosure with Big Pharma, the FDA. I mean, you see all these massive recalls.
Just getting exposed left and right now.
It's getting crazy because, man, he be on it crazy because he's a health nut. And
For sure.
100%.
100%.
he be like, just disclosing like how these healthy brands have all these recalls.
Oh, absolutely.
Like Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's, we on your ass.
Peep that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aldi, that's they brother.
Oh,
They
yeah.
be on, what's happening.
Right. So now we're seeing a full on exposure of these brands that are deemed healthy. This current administration with RFK, he's doing a great job of taking out dyes and all
He
this.
talk like the Godfather.
Yeah.
The Godfather. He
But
hooked it up.
he talked like the Godfather, but he talked like the Godfather that's like underwater.
Oh yeah.
He on-
Fresh
he-
Sugar
Shout
talking
out
about-
RFK because he's on FDA's ass right
Yeah,
now.
I'm
sure
shouting
is.
him out.
Yeah.
I'm shouting him
No,
out.
100%.
Yeah, he
saying?
going crazy.
He's
with
going
it.
crazy.
Yeah, that's
that-
one thing that I noticed, guys, is that like in the vegan space or like the health food space, a lot of times people equate veganism with healthy, and the two are not synonymous.
break it down.
And the thing is, you have people they immediately run to, well, everything's processed. Well, guess what? If you buy your own food processor and you process the food at the crib and you know that you're not adding any impurities in it, processed food is not a bad thing. It's a matter of what's in the food, the ingredients.
Right.
And as you were saying, what they doing.
Yeah. My one thing about the vegan stuff is a lot of it has soy in it.
Oh, a lot of it do.
Wait,
but when you prepare your own food, you can avoid everything
What
because you
does-
know what's in it.
What does processed? What do you process? I never understood that. And keep in mind, I got a Twinkie at the house.
Yeah.
But so I'm not like the health dude. But what does processing your food mean?
Well, process is when the food is not at the natural state. So say, for instance, you wanted to make like some cauliflower, like if you rocked with cauliflower and you want to make some mashed potatoes, but you don't eat potatoes because of the high starch content, where someone like me who has diabetes, it spikes your blood sugar.
Right.
If you still want to have something that's similar to something that you grew up loving, you can put it in the food processor. Even when you eat mashed potatoes, that's a process because it's not the natural state. Anytime when you eat food that's not in its natural state, that's called processing the food.
But what's the process?
The process is you mash it and then you add ingredients to it like salt and pepper, garlic,
seasoning.
maybe. Yeah, that's the process. It's a process.
So the
to
process is
prepare
whatever
it.
you make it.
It's how you prepare it.
It's just what the ingredients are, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because a lot of processed foods that's sold on the market, they have things in it that's not really good for you, like
Canola oil.
canola oil, which
Canola oil
is
is
a dud.
terrible.
You know, seed
Trader
oils.
Joe's got plenty of them seed oils.
Is
You know, almost 50% of items at Trader Joe's have seed oils in it.
Yeah, and that type of
is
stuff
crazy.
clog
Yeah.
your arteries.
None of that shit is good.
Hey, listen, a lot of players might be out there having ED. I thank God I never had ED. ED, you know, that could be based upon what you're consuming in your body. Certain things that you put in your body, especially processed oils that's completely bogus, they clog your arteries, man. It
I
puts
promise
you in
you,
bad shape.
if they put that on a shirt that says this will give you ED, I promise
Oh,
overnight
you'll
that shit
see
is
it.
changing.
You'll see a health resurgence you've never seen before.
Ever.
They were like, "What?" Oh yeah, because that is clogging your arteries, clogging your blood flow, and
Yeah.
all that is blood flow.
And causing plaque in your veins and things of that
Right.
nature. So
That's a missed opportunity on marketing. I'm telling you.
yeah, man. My thing is if that's something. That's why I came with my vegan company. So my vegan company is called Ism Cakes. I love cheesecake as a kid, but as I got older and I developed diabetes, I had a nutritionist that came in, and they told me that I needed dairy with every meal that I ate. They told me I needed meat with every meal that I ate. They told me that I needed starches with every meal that I ate. This is what the nutritionist told me at
That's
the
crazy.
hospital.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, this was like I'm gonna tell you, I'm an OG. So this was the '90s. I was a shorty when I got diabetes. I actually flatlined. I went into a coma. I flatlined. I was resuscitated.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
shit.
And when I was a shorty, when I came out of there, they had a nutritionist there, and the nutritionist was like, "This is what you have to do to live."
Yeah,
but
either.
as I got older and I received information, I found out that the American Dairy Agency was tied in with the diabetes
Oh yeah,
agency.
you know what time it is.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
If you look into all these different corporations and entities, they are all in cahoots. Like, like how like the candy industry is tied in with the dentist and
mafia.
all that. It's crazy.
It's a mafia.
The ADA.
Yeah, like bro, I seen when we was kids, it used to be commercials on TV called Got Milk. You will see
I
Michael
remember
Jordan,
those.
you might see Mike Tyson. Man, I saw Tyra Banks. When I seen Tyra Banks milk ad in the Source magazine, XXL,
You was
and
on
she
it.
had this white milk on her lip and shit. I was like, man, I want some of that milk. I'm trying to get whatever Tyra's like. That's what I like, because I
Yeah.
might get me a Tyra. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm thinking like, they like, yeah, milk, it does a body good. It's good for your bones.
Yeah, it did her body
Man,
good.
It's good for the bones of baby cows, not for
Yeah,
humans.
like we are not calves.
Yeah,
Like, I
we the
don't-
only
that's a fact.
animal in the animal kingdom that consumes milk past nursing stages.
Right.
That's abnormal.
Propaganda 101, yo.
Yeah, that's a process.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
process.
We drinking processed milk from a cow titty.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
That's
Yeah.
a process.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not cows.
We ain't no
There's
cows.
like 18 jokes in that, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
But I'm saying though, like, isn't it crazy? Because the things that they tell you
Yeah.
that is normal, you're growing up, you're not questioning this
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
all.
No, because I
Yeah.
remember hearing, "Oh yeah, drink your milk; it's gonna make your bones strong."
It's called indoctrination.
That's
This is
that-
what they do. It comes from Barnett. What's his name? Edward Barnett.
Oh yeah, who's that?
The godfather of propaganda.
Oh yeah.
Bernay?
And he's related to the CEO of Netflix right
CEO
now.
Netflix. That's his I believe that's his grandfather.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Yes,
Yeah,
the man
yeah.
who created propaganda is related to the man who's head in charge of Netflix right now.
Exactly.
Yo.
So you guys think that's my mistake? Because if you look into all these people, how Jeff Bezos, his grandfather is one of the founders of DARPA.
Talk about it.
Okay. So all these
Teach
people.
me about DARPA, G. What's that?
So DARPA
Yeah.
is this. This is DARPA technology. It's a government entity, right? That creates offensive systems, defensive systems, and military.
They're listening.
Okay. So all the technology that we're using right now is
Yeah.
all DARPA tech. The first self-driving car
Yeah.
was in 1984, developed by DARPA.
Wow.
Get the fuck out
Yeah.
of here.
They had.
Maverick
I
got
saw a
that
video.
knowledge.
How do you know that?
He did his research.
I mean,
man.
this is
Yo.
who we're dealing with, right?
Yeah,
So when we're
yeah.
talking about FaceTime and how the iPhone works and all that, so do you know that Facebook is actually a government project? Same thing with Oracle. So Oracle, Larry Ellison, right?
Yeah.
So he ran a program for the CIA and the government basically to just do what he's doing now. And the project was called Oracle.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Wow.
It's right on your
Literally.
face. Right in your face.
So all these tech companies, all these like technologies that we're using now is all government. So
Yeah.
you don't think that they're watching, they're listening.
So they really are listening.
Yeah, we're all on their shit right now.
Well, anything that can transmit a message can receive a message. Anything that can transmit
Say
a
that
signal
again.
can
Say
receive
that
a
again.
signal.
Say that again.
That's the bottom line.
That's a fact.
If it can put something out, then it can receive.
That's a fact.
Except for players, we don't do no receiving. You know what I'm saying? We don't do no receiving, player.
But this is why. This will always tell people
Yeah.
when they give you something for free, you're the product.
Understood.
Okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
nothing's for free. Nothing.
sir.
So when they're giving you something like AI, ChatGPT,
You're the product.
you're the product.
Yeah.
Hey, you sound like what they used to say, like when Instagram got bought by Facebook, they was like Facebook, Instagram, FBI.
FBI.
Oh damn.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Hey, we got GLC cooking in here today.
But that's the thing. If you look into all these tech companies, all the CEOs, like who's really behind them, who they're working for,
Yeah.
they have government contracts because that's how most billionaires make their money. It's not through consumerism, it's through government contracts.
Yeah,
Yes,
why do you
sir.
think Elon was fighting so hard to get in the White House?
Yeah, I mean, he want those government contracts.
them
And now,
contracts.
guess what? So now the government just contracted him for a bunch of Cybertrucks.
There you go.
Yeah, and a lot of people thought that was a deal that was done between him and Donald Trump, but actually him and the Biden administration made that deal before Biden got out of office.
Damn.
Stop playing.
Yeah, they didn't know that, but that was a deal that Biden made with Elon Musk.
And that's what I mean. So really, if you lift up the hood, you're like, oh, okay, that's how they get their money.
Absolutely.
So again, looking at Amazon, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
his grandfather was the one of the founders of DARPA, and they literally make the tech that we use today. So is it a coincidence that his grandson has one of the biggest platforms on earth?
Absolutely.
Okay.
See, that's the thing that I noticed that a lot of times, people have success stories, and success stories are always good. They're motivational, they're inspiring. But a lot of times in success stories, people leave out the information. They say, yo, I started a company. I was selling it out of my garage.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't say that your grandfather was one of the biggest tech people
Right,
in the world.
exactly.
You
That's
left
what I'm
that
saying.
part out.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of like a head start.
Well,
You know what I'm
oh,
saying?
yeah.
More than a head start.
That's like
Yeah.
you got the finish line with that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, you ended the game before it started.
Yeah,
That's
Chico.
like, that's like telling, coming from the music space, that's like telling artists, like, go independent, go independent, go independent. But if you don't have the capital to go independent, then you might need to rock with somebody who has the capital
Right.
to fund your career.
Right.
That's just how it goes.
That's
Because
how
no
it
matter
is.
how talented you are, if you don't have the relationships and the capital, you might be in a jam.
Hey, y'all might want to listen to him because it's not like he ain't been around.
Yeah, he got
and
some
been in the
platinum
game. He got
records.
some
Yeah,
plaques.
yeah.
He was on spaceships, right? He was
I
on.
was on Spaceship. I was on Drive Slow. I was on The End, Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon 2. I was on Po Man Dream.
You work with Kendrick,
Lamar.
Kendrick.
Yeah. I've been on over 400 features, man.
Hey, you might want to listen to what he's saying about
Yeah,
the music
yeah.
industry.
The cool shit is all of that is still in my fucking playlist.
No bullshit.
Like,
Hey, and no bullshit though. That's
no
what's
bullshit,
crazy.
though.
That's what's
Yeah.
actually crazy.
Oh, love.
And speaking of music and the government,
Yeah.
so USID.
Yes, sir.
So going into how there's overlap with hip hop music, the government, CIA.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything yourself where there's infiltration? Because USID showed Doge earlier this year where all the exposure was coming out of where they were spending the money. And the fact that USAID was funding hip hop movements in Cuba, in different parts of South America and overseas, showing that they were involved in government overthrows. So where they're basically funding these anti-establishment movements through hip hop.
Yeah.
So they were funding these hip hop movements in Cuba and various places around the world to overthrow the government so they can come in and take over.
So controlled opposition.
Yes.
Oh man, the best way to get people to do anything is through music and rhythm. So you hear oftentimes people would be like, man, music is the devil's tool. Music is not the devil's tool. Music is a way to teach people. Like I learned my ABCs through music. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I learned that through music. That right there in turn helped me to verbalize and learn words. I had to learn my ABCs first, and I learned that through singing.
It's a tool like anything else.
Yeah. Now it's just a matter of what you choose to use it for. Now, my thing is, I remember watching a Malcolm X speech, and he said, man, the oppressor will sell you, and I paraphrase, he was like, man, the oppressor will sell you alcohol in the liquor stores and then lock you up for being drunk.
Right.
So the same thing with music is they will put music on the radio that can hypnotize you. You will hear it like 5 times in an hour. And anytime, whether you believe in hypnotism or not, anything repetitive that you do over and over again, you begin to, your life begins to reflect that. So if I'm constantly riding around listening to music about, hey, man, I'm doing these drugs because I'm stressed out, or, hey, man, I want to go find somebody else and commit genocide, it's a chance that you may be influenced. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're going to make young artists that's trying to make it in life, you're going to amplify them talking about death and destruction and genocide.
Facts.
And then lock people up for doing death and destruction and genocide, but you got it on the radio.
And they also own, some of these labels own
Private
private prisons as well.
Yeah.
So
And
it's a whole ring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a racket.
And the
A
thing
racket.
is, like, everybody can't differentiate between entertainment and reality. It's not just music. Like, you'll have video games where you can go spray a whole a whole block up on there. Or you go, like, it's kids that get home from school, put on their headphones, and just be at war every day when they get out of school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then these are doing developmental ages of a young person's mind.
Right.
And it makes it difficult sometimes because you have dreams and then you have periods in which you are emotional and you don't really have high emotional intelligence and you mimicking what you're doing every day when you come home. But the thing is, if you mix that with like substance abuse on top of that, man, it's a salad for destruction. Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And they knew that way back in the 80s
They
to
knew
where
it.
there was secret meetings.
Yeah.
There were some emails that leaked out in 2012 to where Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony, he was talking about it.
Yeah.
Ice Cube was talking about it, where there's disclosure on how there was meetings
Yeah.
with the government and these label owners.
Yeah, man, I think that's crazy because the thing is, like, we all looked at music as a way out. nobody that was trying to do music around the time when I was coming up and people were in the streets, we was trying to do music as an exit. And some artists don't even come from times where they was trying to escape anything. They might just be really good at what they do. They could have had a really good upbringing. But what comes from music is you will have young kids that made it. They got to the money on top, but now they want to perpetrate a lifestyle that they rap about in their music that they may be very far detached from.
Right.
And they don't have to. It's like we reward genocide like it's a badge of honor. Like, how many bodies do you got? How many times have you been incarcerated?
That's
that
by
makes
design.
you the realest.
Yeah, that's by design.
Yeah,
sure.
and that's not the way, man, because I come from the streets and I seen the majority of the times the ending of that was either death or imprisonment. And if you're in prison, if they giving you life, you might as well consider that a death sentence as well.
Yeah, then it's either way because they'll monetize you because what they'll do is these record labels will put an insurance policy on you.
They're going to turn you up.
Yeah, so if you do go out and get killed, then they're cashing out. And then if you go to the prison, hey, guess what? I own the prison too.
Yeah.
Right.
So either way, I'm monetizing you. So you're an investment at this point.
An investment.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know what that sound like, right? You know when you have a stock and you're like, okay, I'm about to sell this and I'm gonna flip it into this and I'm turning it into that, and like, yo, it's the same shit.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
They're selling you.
They're selling you. And the fact that think about this. Think about the landscape of the 1980s, right? Like early 1980s. We're going into from where it's like African Bambaataa and all those people. And then you go into NWA and then Death Row and all these labels that's, really turning up. So it went from, before you had Public Enemy and, Fight the Power and all this other stuff. They took that and then weaponized it. And then they're like, okay, we can really take this over because this thing, they were trying to see if it was a fad or not. It didn't go away. They were like, okay, this is a thing. So we can monetize on it and we can control them through this. So let's fund it, right? And then perpetuate all the bullshit through it.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it seems as if they was really on that. But I'm going to tell you, like, you have a lot of people that say, they be like, man, hip-hop just started off so positive. It was just about uplifting and this and that. Man, we had a song called White Lines. White Lines was talking about white lines, and it's on the radio.
Right.
White lines, like they was singing it like the weed. It's just like the
that's true.
but it's going through my mind.
That's true.
Now the thing is, they made that sound cool, like doing white lines. You
Right,
know what I'm saying?
right.
Even if it was like, don't do it. I had never heard of it until I heard that song. I didn't know what white lines was, but when I heard that song, I was young and I was inquiring. Like I was alive before crack came. I was alive when people was just smoking reefer.
Right.
That's what they called it.
Right.
Now, it might have been some people messing with a little powder from here and there, but it was not a common thing. So I saw people go from working jobs. It was this dude in my neighborhood. His name was Doug. Now, Doug was a friend of my older brothers, my dearly departed brothers, Ronald and Willie. So they had two friends that was brothers, Michael and Douglas Valentine. These two guys were hardworking men. They went to school. They always had cologne on and loafers and beautiful women around. They was drinking beers and going to work. That was it.
I mean, their last name is Valentine.
Yeah. That's what they was on. They was some players, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, after that crackhead, man, Mike Valentine would be on a corner in a trench coat with boxers on.
Pookie.
Like trying to find his way, still trying to holler at women, trying to get laid, thinking he a player, thinking he G'd up, but he ain't got no clothes on, just a trench coat and drawers. It wasn't even boxer shorts back
Out of
then.
control.
Yeah, then his brother Doug, you'll see Doug riding around the hood. Back then, it was these bikes called 10 speeds. If you had a 10 speed, it had real big wheels.
I remember 10 speed.
Yeah, and it could get there. You know what I'm saying? So Doug riding a 10 speed holding a screen door. That crack gave you monster strength. Like he holding the screen door horizontal, just riding the bike hard as hell. You know?
Nigga, where are you going with a screen door?
Doug could fix anything. From a TV, look, from a TV to a microwave to a refrigerator to a car, anything electric, Doug could fix it. He went to DeVry. He had an electric degree. You know what I'm saying? So look.
That's crazy.
Man, then Doug turned into the Sawbuck man. A Sawbuck in Chicago was $10. You hit Doug with a salt buck, he fixing anything, or he climbing up your pole to hook your cable up.
Damn,
Man, Doug was-
super
He
pause.
became super cluck. Rest in peace to Doug, but that's something we call like
He said super cluck?
Yeah, we call them clucks in Chicago. But you know, I'm not happy that anybody became a cluck, but I'm just saying I saw what that did. But and then we was talking about the shorties. That's why I salute movements in Chicago, like the Unity movement. I don't know if y'all seen that recently, but they be having young brothers that grew up in gangs that was calling each other op. They bringing them together. They giving back to the community. My nephew, we have a football program. My nephew's the president. It's called the Chicago Hellcats. Over 300 young kids growing up in different communities that would normally, due to the culture of hip hop and the environment, they would probably consider themselves ops. But they growing up together like brothers.
Yeah,
know what I'm
that's the
saying?
part they
That's
don't
what's
show.
Yeah, and they winning championships. The #1 AAU football program in the state is from kids from all over different neighborhoods that normally wouldn't even be friends.
Right,
And they
right.
growing up like brothers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Hellcats and the Unity
spot
movement.
like that for sure.
Yeah, I'm
100%.
proud that you know,
Yeah.
like we can have this platform to
Yeah.
where we can highlight that because
Yeah.
the media is not going to do that.
Oh, no, man. Like, for me, I like to help build institutions. So in 2016, I helped open up the first open enrollment arts high school in the history of Chicago. It's called Walter H. Dyatt High School for the Arts. I'm a product of Simeon. I went there. I learned a lot. That's the school Derrick Rose went to. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
It was a busing school. I learned a lot there, and I took what I learned. I applied it to music and life and the things that I learned from the streets. I made a little something, and then I decided once I got to a point where I was able to help build institutions that could help propel the youth forward, because I knew with my hectic schedule, I wasn't going to be able to be present all the time, but at least I could help push institutions forward that I know would be in benefit of the youth.
Right. No, that's amazing.
Hell
Man,
yeah.
that's dope,
That's-
man.
that's
And
dope.
again,
Church.
highlighting stuff like that, the
Yeah.
media is not going to do that because it's not benefiting their clicks, their pockets, anything.
Yeah.
You know, and they want to perpetuate and zoom in, especially when it comes to Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
They want to zoom in on the Chirac.
Yeah.
Right? They want to zoom in on that little part to where the
Yeah.
other stuff is going on, and all the stuff even before off camera you were telling us
Yeah.
all the amazing stuff that's going on in Chicago.
Yeah, man.
So-
I think the young brothers are waking up, man. I know that our homicide rate is down, but you know, I still want it to be not just down. I just want it to be non-existent.
Right.
Right, right.
You know, because old people getting shot, little kids getting shot,
Out of
women
control.
getting shot. Like, man, bro, we just got to figure out a way to come to a resolve that does not immediately lead to what, when I was growing up, that would be the last thing when it get to a point where you got to pull out weaponry. It would start with hands. First, it'll start with a conversation, you know, and then it might go to hands, and then the other thing will come last. But now it's just like, that's the first thing.
Yeah, because people and everybody's so shell shocked. Everybody is so quick to, and again, it goes to the music.
That's what I was gonna
Yeah,
say. It's the
yeah.
music.
It's the programming.
It's the music.
It's the music. So
Yeah.
they're thinking automatically that is reality. When 9 times out of 10, that all these rappers, they are not living like that
At all.
They want to stay in their cushy little gigs.
10 times out of 10.
They want to stay in their mansions. They don't want to catch a case.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do any of that. But you're speaking about it like you're about it, and you're really gonna do it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit.
That's why they got those type rappers got to be held accountable.
And I get it. You got to be a reporter on what's going on.
You do.
But
But-
we've heard this for 40 plus years already.
Shit don't work.
It don't work now only because it's a new day.
Yeah.
There's new shit going on now to where we don't have to continue to report on what's going on in the hood. We already know what's going on. How about we change it?
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So there has to be some
Facts.
kind of give in order to, progress. And to that point too, you might want to open the. Oh, he's good. Okay. Another thing is too, it really broke my heart that this lady reached out to me. Speaking of gun violence,
Okay.
she reached out to me and she was like, "Hey, you have a big platform. I lost my little child who was like 6 years old to gun violence. Right? He was playing in the living room. He comes running in the room, jumping up and down, and she was like, "What's wrong with you?" He got hit by a stray bullet.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
Right? And then she was just devastated. He dies, right? And she was like, "We don't have a headstone for him, but being that you have a big platform, can you please just help us raise some money? And we have a GoFundMe, and she broke down the whole story. It was terrible, man. And I'm like, and she's like, I reached out to all these celebrities. I reached out to all these people, and crickets. Nobody was even, hearing her out. And one of her friends actually knew a lot of people. And the fact that nobody like even gave a shit, but she was like, I see what you're doing. I was like, say less. So I posted the thing. Within 48 hours, we raised $10,000 for his headstone.
That's outstanding, brother. That's
And
outstanding, man.
like, I don't care about, the fame. I don't give a fuck about all that. Like, help people.
Absolutely.
That's the main thing. Information, it's all about information, helping people, and because it's a lot of bullshit out here already.
Absolutely.
So that's when I, going to the point of the music. Cool. We know what's going on in the hood. 9 times out of 10, most of y'all niggas is soft. Y'all ain't doing none of that shit.
Big time.
Right?
Big time.
So like all y'all like, oh yeah, shoot this up and the ops and man, y'all in mansions and all that shit. Y'all playing y'all helping the CIA perpetuate this shit because they funded it in the first place.
They're agents.
They're agents.
Fucking agents.
Smoofies.
Yeah.
Smoofies.
So that's what I mean. So I think that it's a new day and they have to start to report new things.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. And the thing is, man, if you know what the outcome would be, which is 90% of the time either death or imprisonment, that can't be your goals in life, player. Because you gotta understand, if you're a young player and you trying to get your concept embraced and you like girls, bro, just being in a cell with guys all day,
nightmare.
That don't sound like that's the life that you would probably want. You know what I'm saying?
That gives real ditty.
Yeah. And if you take somebody's life, man, you might be there for the rest of your life, player.
Yeah.
Like, it's more to life, man. And I know that a lot of these young brothers that's out here, man, they intelligent, bro. Because I was outside, but I was intelligent. I was on the honor roll every year. I was in the National Honor Society. I was in the program with IBM when I was in 6th grade. I graduated top 10% of my class, but outside was just always calling me.
Yeah.
I wanted to be outside.
No, a lot of street dudes are smart as fuck, though. You notice that? My pops was a street nigga.
Yeah.
Like, one of the smartest dudes I know.
Yeah.
My cousin, smart as fuck.
But there's no outlet to keep that going. Right. When everything outside is just chaos.
Role models. And niggas don't have no,
They have no protection. They have to be like, damn, I gotta be on some bullshit to, do all this, but I know all this. And then if I'm smart or talking proper, then I'm soft and all that.
I'm lame or
I just want to say that's one of the reasons why I always stood in support of Larry Hoover. Because Larry Hoover's organization, when I was a kid, it gave me something to belong to that taught me like laws and policies and rules of manhood. It wasn't teaching me how to be in the streets. Because if you listen to the laws and policies, it taught you things like aid and assist your brothers and sisters of the struggle in their righteous endeavors. It taught us no man-made drug, no illegal substances. It taught us don't litter. It taught us personal hygiene. It taught us.
So there's actual like laws to the
it was
the Larry Hoover, the GD, is that
GD growth and development. Yeah, we had laws and policies that we abide by that had us way more organized, and if anybody would violate these laws and policies, they would be violated. They would suffer consequences, and consequences did not constitute death. But it may have constituted a bit of discipline just to teach you consequences of your actions. Like if you disobey or step outside of the realms of keeping this order within our community, then you will be violated for it. Because if we out here hustling, trying to get money and this and that, and you doing stupid robberies and gambling in front of schools and churches and things of that nature, that's bringing adverse publicity to our community. You making the community hot. How we gonna make money?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we never took pride in kids getting killed and things of that nature. But as we understand, man, listen, all these street organizations, they were formed in order for black people to protect one another. We were aiming to protect ourselves from racism and things of that nature. But then when drugs hit and we were still living in poverty after all this protection, when all these people came from different cities to Chicago acting like they was coming to help us and they was getting all this funding from the government to aid and assist these street organizations.
That part.
man, they was really getting paid because of the violence that was going on. They getting funded every year based upon they're going to stop something that's still going on.
Infiltration.
Now, if you was really trying to stop it with the amount of money you was getting, you probably could have.
Right. And people don't understand, like, where does the drugs come from? We don't own any planes or boats.
It's not out here.
Nah.
Think about it. So after that, so people organize, right?
Absolutely.
And then you inject it with crack cocaine and all these other stuff.
And blaxploitation films.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who do you think is funding that?
I mean,
It's
we
not
know.
lo- it's
The
not
CIA.
we
That's
know-
who.
we
That's
know
what I'm
who.
saying.
We know
There's
who.
literal declassified documents.
CIA made Superfly.
I'm telling you
No
right now.
bullshit. No bullshit.
They are same thing with MLK.
Yeah.
Sorry to say.
Yeah.
Who do you think where he got his speeches from? He didn't write all those speeches.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like the real person that they were really afraid of wasn't MLK. It was Malcolm X.
Well, I honor that because the Southern Leadership Conference or Coalition or whatever it was, Southern Leadership Council, I think it was, that was out of the South that Dr. King was one of the heavies in. They the ones that came to Chicago to try and straighten out the housing act that was going on there because our city is the most segregated city in America per capita, still to this day. Like certain ethnic groups live amongst that ethnicity.
Right.
Certain sexual groups, they live amongst that sexual ethnicity, that sexual group. You know what I'm saying? Like gangs segregated in that. We segregated in race, sexuality, classes.
Yeah, I heard that about Chicago.
Gangs, like
Yes,
whatever it
real
is. We have
segregated.
multiple ways to be segregated. So Dr. King thought he was going to come up there with the Fair Housing Act and help, black people be integrated into these communities. So King got up out of there because he said the violence that he endured in Chicago, he never felt nothing like that in the South. He said it was totally different. It was a whole nother level.
And you know why? Going to that point, if you look at the history of Chicago, you have a lot of history with the gangs, right? The mafia and all those guys.
Yeah.
And it's funny because they move the goalposts. Think about this. So we have these organizations in, the Italians and then the blacks and whatever. But when we do it, it's different. But when they do it, they get a museum in Las Vegas.
Bro.
Literally.
It's one in Chicago. It's the crime museum and shit. It's like
They have one here.
They had
it's
one
one here.
That's
downtown that
crazy.
was centered around Al Capone.
Yeah,
Like
they have
Al
one here.
Capone got multiple movies about him. Like, he
Yeah,
was like
he's-
an
he's
icon
martyred.
for Chicago. Like
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and Larry
Like,
Hoover
think about
get
that.
200 years for a second-degree murder.
In
that he
which
didn't do.
Donald Trump
Yeah.
commuted his sentence.
Absolutely.
But he's racist. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Now, Donald Trump, I don't agree with everything that he does.
Yeah.
But just looking at the shit he does for NBA YoungBoy, Larry Hoover.
I gotta shout that out. My thing is, I'm not no emotional. Like I'm nonpartisan, so I'm not like, yo, I gotta say whatever. I believe in right and wrong. So regardless if you got the title of Democrat or Republican, what's right is right and what's wrong is universal law.
Right.
What's right is right, what's
That's
wrong is wrong. I don't care who it's coming from. Larry Hoover got commuted from his federal sentence. Donald Trump did that. Joe Biden, Barack Obama, multiple other presidents had the opportunity to do it, and they pretty much ignored it.
Yeah.
Donald Trump did it. I'm grateful for that.
Obama's the worst president we ever had.
Hey, man,
big time.
not if you a part of this one particular group. He was everything for them.
Yeah, he was everything.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? But it wasn't for us.
Yeah, it was for the gay agenda.
Yeah.
And then also
He was on that.
He was on that.
Yeah, real heavy.
That's just facts. That's
he's
just the
gay,
facts.
though.
I mean,
That's the thing.
Well, I don't know
Obama's
if he's
gay.
gay because I never kicked it
Obama
around.
is gay.
but I do know that under his administration, that if a young kid decided they want to identify as a different sexuality or a different whether it's gender, yeah, then they could start taking hormone pills as early as the age of 14.
It's evil.
I know that whoever want to marry whoever they want to marry, I don't have nothing to do with that. I don't be turning over in my sleep worrying about men marrying men or women marrying women.
It's just
I don't
leave the
care.
kids alone.
Yeah. Once you
That's
step to the
where I have
kids.
a problem.
children. It's
the
the
children because
that's what I care about.
Yeah, because Gavin Newsom, he passed a bunch of bills in California.
New scum.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So what he did was he signed a bill to where if a kid wanted to change their gender, the school will help them and wouldn't tell the parents.
Nigga,
Like-
I'll beat your ass.
This is our
Why you
sign.
think Nicki Minaj is on his head so heavy?
Oh,
Right?
Yeah.
man, that's heavy.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has this bill to where not only that, but any random person to where if the parent is incapacitated for a certain amount of time,
Yeah.
then somebody can just be their legal guardian. They can sign off. Like it could be a teacher, some random person. It's not even like
Not family members?
No.
Nope.
See, I was a ward of the state. My mom died when I was 12. My father died when I was 8 months. But I became a ward of the state, and my sister became my legal guardian. But my family had first dibs.
your family.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I had a sister that was 16 years older than me, Cleo. You know, rest in peace. I love her. She
Rest in peace.
became my legal guardian. She's 16 years my senior. She was 28 when my mom died. I was 12, and she became my legal guardian. She had first dibs. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. See,
Yeah.
that makes sense. But now what they're doing
You
is
say anybody.
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 They're attacking the kids like crazy right
Man,
now.
I just don't think that's right, man. I think the children should be protected. And I also just believe that anybody whose brain has not been fully developed, I don't think that any adult or the kid itself should have the right to just say, change me, you know, or do like chop something off or turn it into something else. You know, if you're an adult and that's something you want to do, hey man, that's something that you
And
that's
this is
what
who
it
this is who Newscum is who they want in 2028. If
Yeah.
there is an election, because I believe there's not going to be an election. I believe Donald Trump is going to be the last president of this United States that we know.
Yeah.
But Newscum, that's who they want for 2028.
That's
so
what they're trying to push.
yeah, imagine him as the president signing off executive orders. Like
Yeah, he
we're
signed
fucked.
like at least 12 bills pertaining to children and gender fluid and all this crazy shit he's doing
Yeah.
right now.
That shit is weird. Like if you don't, as a kid, if you don't even know what to do with it,
Yeah.
but you want to cut it off, like
Yeah, I
I
ain't
don't
with it.
understand that.
Sin-
I just
Sinister.
feel like as an adult, man, I shouldn't even be having no conversations about kids' sexuality.
Ever.
Th-
I
that-
shouldn't
Right.
even be thinking about kids having nothing like that.
Nah, that shit is
You
weird.
know, I shouldn't even have that around my kids.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, this is why like when
Yeah.
you rent a car, like even when you're older, you can't rent a car until you're the age of 25. What does that mean? That means your brain is not fully developed until then, and sometimes even later.
Facts.
So to talk about a kid making decisions like that about your gender and how you feel, all that can be influenced, right? So
Yeah.
even there's a lot of stuff on Netflix and different kids shows now to where they're infiltrating kids shows about same-sex marriages and all this other stuff and abortion. These are kid shows.
I just saw one on Netflix where they did that, where they were talking about sexuality or with it was like a robot was asking about sexuality. It was a kid show.
It was a
See, that's
kid
what I-
show.
that's what I
Literally,
mean.
it's on Netflix.
That's what I mean, bro. Like
Yeah.
they're attacking the kids and there's some demonic shit going on right now.
yeah.
Now I'm
Nah.
gonna tell y'all, when I was a kid, yes, I was in first grade kissing girls in the coat room closet. But guess what?
For sure.
I didn't learn this from no adult. It was just a natural instinct.
sure.
You know, or I might have seen it on a TV show or something, you know, and I was like, oh man, kiss women. All right, that's what I like to do,
Exactly.
you know? And I went to school and I mimicked it. I had a friend who has a son who was in elementary school. And one time my friend, he told me, he said that his son got in trouble for stealing on a dude at school. His son was like maybe 7 or 8 years old. And then I say, man, so what happened? He said the little boy tried to kiss him. So my friend's son stole on him, like bust him in the mouth. And,
For sure.
he
As you
leaking.
should.
Yeah,
So
bust him
my,
up.
my friend had to go to the school, and the family of the young boy who tried to do that had to go to school. And my friend's son was like, Dad, I told him, boy, girl, not boy, boy. And this is the little boy. He just wasn't feeling it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So with that being said, they asked the young boy, where did he get it from? They was trying to blame it on the parents. The parents was like, nah, we ain't never had him around like anything
Got him
like
on them
that.
tablets,
but
man.
they blamed a television show.
Yeah.
There you
Like
go.
On
Empire.
tablets.
They said it was Empire the reason why where he
Empire.
got it from.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I attribute that, and also going back to the food. What did we just say? The soy
That's what I was. Yeah.
has what?
Estrogen.
Estrogen.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I won't lie. I eat soy from time to time. I'm not 100% soyed out, but I'm an alpha male. Like it's like when women see me, they be like, they gravitate. They be like, oh, you know, and they feel protected. They feel provided for. They feel at peace around me because
Right.
I don't go back and forth with women. I don't do no arguing, no bickering, no complaining. I just be chilling.
Yeah.
Like man, woman, child. You know, I'm leading. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to be a reflection. Like I love feminine energy because it puts me at peace. But I'm not going to be a reflection of feminine energy because that's not my lane.
Right.
Player.
You know what I'm saying? That's the woman's lane. I let her have that lane.
Right.
And it make me feel good.
Yeah. And
Church.
no, that's facts. I mean, if you're arguing with a woman, I mean, you're for one playing her game and you're being emotional and you're being feminine.
Yeah. And I like that. I like women being emotional and feminine. But the thing is, when you a man and you reflecting that energy, that causes catastrophe.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because she's looking for you to be the lead, the logical man,
be
the
balanced.
peace, the safety. And you doing what she doing.
Straight
Right.
You
chaos.
gotta calm down, player.
Yeah.
Calm down.
That's what, again, I think it is a chemical thing as well because
yeah.
the shit that they're putting in the food now has a lot of estrogen.
Yeah.
They're seeing it on TV. They're seeing it in these shows. So it's a combination of things to where now they're getting attacked from both sides, biologically and psychologically.
Well, think about Biden's crime bill in the 90s and how it took over 100,000 black fathers out of households.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And they were being raised simply or primarily by mothers and grandmothers, which a lot of the mothers and grandmothers did phenomenal jobs. You know what I'm saying? They did a hell of a job with a lot of us. But some of us, we embrace some of the feminine ways. And some of us, we embrace those characteristics. And with that, one of them was not being in control of your emotions, low emotional intelligence. Some women have it, some don't. And like when you lead by emotions, a lot of times that'll have you in prison or in the grave.
Right.
And that's what it did. So a lot of young men, there's grown men now, they grew up during the Biden era, during the Clinton era, during the crime bill era, which was detrimental for us as a whole.
Very much so.
But I do want to get that null off the street, though, man. I ain't rocking with that Fetty Wap, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't with that. I'm not with that.
Yeah, facts. And that's all by design too, because I mean, even going back into the government, how they incentivize women to take men out the home.
Understood.
Right? You know, they give them all this government assistance.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
now what they're trying to do, they're trying to put everybody on that shit with UBI.
You talking about Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yeah.
When he kicked it off. When
He
was
kicked
like,
it off.
We gonna aid and assist y'all,
Yes.
but can't no man not be in the house.
Right.
How did we fall for that?
Man, that's
That was
crazy.
that was the worst thing.
But this is what I'm telling people now to watch for, because the whole financial system is just changing, and with AI, people are losing their jobs.
Yeah.
They're trying to put everybody on UBI, Universal Basic Income,
Yeah.
which is, you know, the government becomes your daddy. They give you a bunch of money and you sit on your ass all
yeah,
day.
you own nothing and be happy.
Yeah. So I think that, and then Elon, that's a fact.
That part.
Elon is talking about universal high income, which is a fancy word for
Fluff.
universal basic income.
Yeah.
Because all his robots are rolling out now because they're going to be doing all the mundane jobs that nobody wants to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Right?
know, if I wasn't, I'm not the smartest motherfucker on the planet, but it sounds like food stamps.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's food stamps on steroids.
Yeah.
Like,
For everybody.
Hey, listen, if you was getting food stamps in the 80s, look, my mama, when my father died, I was getting Social Security. So we was getting food stamps. We was getting powdered milk, powdered eggs. I was eating powdered eggs, bro, where you
Government
add water
cheese.
to it. Government grilled
cheese.
cheese. Block cheese. Well,
Yeah, the
it's
block
like
cheese.
a brick. You could knock, if
Yeah.
motherfucker hit you upside the head with that government grilled cheese,
No,
you
it's
might
over.
be unconscious.
It might be over.
You know what I'm saying? You might be knocked out. So with that being said, you know, I was eating all that and we had that coming in, but guess what? My mama sold Avon. My mama sold knitted hats and scarves. She was teaching classes at a library. My mama was a nurse. My mama ran a kitchen at a high school. My mama had multiple hustles. You know what
I
I'm saying?
promise you, all I got was, and I'm old school. I got that flashback In Living Color. It's like, hey man, I got this job, that job,
Oh,
this
absolutely.
job.
Yeah, but that was
Yeah,
just
18
growing
jobs,
up in
man.
Chicago. Side hustle was the culture. You would hire you a full-time job. You might hire you some little government assistance coming in, but you always had a hustle. I was in elementary school, or what we call grammar school. I was cutting hair to get gym shoes. You know, while I was in grammar school, I'm cutting people's hair. I was a barber with no license. In 6th grade, I'm cutting the whole hood hair.
No license.
You know what I'm
Crazy.
saying? I was doing it. And I was saving cans. Like, we used to smash pop cans. You know what I'm saying? We had smash.
Oh, we did that.
Yeah, we was go cast them,
did
man.
that.
I was cutting grass. I was doing everything I could until I got to that green machine and took off. You know what I'm saying? But I always wanted to figure out how to get some money. So we just always had side hustles in Chicago, even when we was getting government assistance.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And people better start doing that now because what's happening now with the economy, of course, with the tariffs, with AI, all these things happening, that cushy little job that people think they're going to have for the next 20, 30 years is going away.
For sure.
Oh, I agree
For sure.
with that.
So
Yeah.
like to have those hustles, to have those skills, I tell people all the time, reskill.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen in the next crash, all this shit that's happening with AI and blockchain, all this new shit that's coming out, people are going to be lost. They have no idea how to maneuver in this new world.
Well, the thing is, man, nobody gets wealthy from working. You get wealthy from investing. Like, you can work to get the capital to invest in something. Like, real estate is solid. People are always going to need somewhere to live. Food is something that's solid too, but you have to have that allure to keep people coming to get your food. Because, sometimes restaurant businesses, they don't last that long. But people are always going to need food, shelter, clothing.
Thanks.
People are going to need services provided. So if you can find a service to provide to help people elevate their mind state as opposed to the crime rate, man, your paper line might be lined up great. You know what I'm saying? You might get to it.
Bars.
Yeah, there it is. Church.
No, that's facts, man. And man, I always tell people to reskill because, with the UBI stuff and
Food stamps.
Yeah, basically.
How realistic do you think that is, and when you think it's coming?
Oh,
It's here.
It's here.
It's here.
It actually started.
UBI is here?
UBI is here, and it started in Illinois. There's a county in Illinois. So I think it's called Clark County.
Yeah.
Is it called
Clark
Clark?
County,
Is it called
Illinois?
Clark?
They got
They
UBI.
started it
They
already.
already started it.
They here.
I was unaware. Y'all just put the ism on. The
There you
ism
go.
just got enlightened.
Come on.
Church.
So yeah, they started in Illinois and they're rolling it out. They did it a pilot program in UK.
Yeah.
They did it in Illinois.
Yeah.
So now they're starting to roll it out in other cities.
Yeah.
So now they're just paying people to just, hey, take a seat. That's
To
it.
get out the way.
Yeah,
That's
get out the
it.
way. That's
They
it.
plan people to look out. Like,
That's
Yeah,
it.
Gone somewhere.
and just rely on the government forever.
Man.
Man.
Send a comment.
Man, this shit is getting
robots
crazy.
coming.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you. And speaking of Illinois too, we were talking about the monk mounds too.
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah.
was.
So
yeah.
you saw the monk mounds. So I know that we were talking about how we were here first and the monk mounds, the
Absolutely.
pyramids. So you seen the monk mounds.
Man, I've been to the top of them, man. Shout out to Tef Poe. Shout out to all my family in East St. Louis, right outside Cahokia. Shout out to my people in St. Louis, I love y'all. But yeah, I've been to those mounds, man. As a kid, I would often pass them because every summer, my mom, when she was alive, due to the fact that, so my father's from the South, my mother's from the South as well. She's from West Virginia. My father is from Columbus, Mississippi. And his brothers moved to like St. Louis and one of his sisters. So every year after my father passed, which I was only 8 months when he passed, but my mother, she was so family oriented that she was like, you gonna know your people. You know what I'm saying? So she taking me to St. Louis every year in the summer, and I'm riding past them mounds and I'm just thinking they hills. I'm a shorty.
Yeah.
So then when I came of age, my homie Tef Poe from St. Louis, revolutionary, you know what I'm saying? He was like, gee, you seen them mounds? I said, what mounds? He said, the Cahokia mound. I said, the Cahokia mounds. He was like, yeah, they right outside your people area in East St. Louis. He was like, man, I'm telling you, bro, this some electric shit. You need to come see it. I was like, let's go. So we go. Man, when I get to this site, man, I'm completely amazed, bro. It's like electricity is flowing through my body or something. It was like a sense of familiarity, like I had returned somewhere. That, I remember riding past it as a kid, but I never set foot on the land. Right. So I set foot on the land. Me and Tef, we went to the top of that bad boy. Bro, when you look up in the sky, the universe is wide open. Like, it's crystal clear. The stars look like you can touch
How high is it though?
Well, I know that it's 14 acres wide. So 14 acres wide, like as far as square footage, is the largest base for any pyramid in the world.
Yeah, 14 acres. That's crazy.
Yeah, anything, it's larger than the Great Pyramid of Giza from the base.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And this is in Illinois. Now, they say that it may have been higher than where it is now, but it was pretty high, bro. I had to climb several stairs. I felt like I had did some Tabo by the time I got up. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I felt like Billy Blanks in there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But when I got up there to the top, bro, it was just like the universe was talking to me. I felt electric. and I felt like my ism had been rejuvenated. So when I got back to Chicago, man, I exercised some hellified ism, man, and got to it. Shout out to the ancestors, the Cahokians. But yeah, man, the Cahokian people and the Mississippians and the Seminoles and the Cherokee, a lot of those people are our ancestors. It's known that when any European man has set foot anywhere in this region, they encountered melanated copper-toned people.
Right.
We was already here.
Now, are those mounds near the Mississippi River?
Right off the Mississippi River.
Okay.
But it's on the Illinois side.
Right.
Okay.
So here's the correlation that I always make. So, the Nile River,
Yes, sir.
which is not too far from the pyramids of Giza, right?
Absolutely.
So I say these things are hydroelectric
Yes, sir.
because they're by bodies of water,
Yes, sir.
right? So you said you felt the electricity when you were there.
I felt it, bro.
That's what I mean. So I
Yeah.
think that these people, these societies, to where they were taking over the earth, because there's pyramids all around the world.
Yes, sir.
So I think that being that they're near bodies of water, they got to be hydroelectric, and they're trying to figure out how they built the pyramids and all these other things. Now, what they discovered earlier this year, under the pyramids of Giza, they have 1.5 mile long structures under them
Yes, sir.
with coils wrapped around these structures. So that gives more way to these things being hydroelectric
Yes, sir.
as well. So I was like, wait, hold up. So those mounds are near the Mississippi River as well. So I think that they're using water to power these things.
I could believe that,
And
bro.
I think those are power sources. At one point, they were using those as conductors.
I could believe that, bro.
Yeah.
Because I believe in geothermal energy. I know that it's a real thing, that we can get energy from the earth. You know what I'm saying? I know we can get energy from wind, we can get it from the earth, and we can get it from water. And they just happen to be advanced civilizations. Like the architecture that were over here, the structures that were built from the Aztec ruins to the Mayan ruins to the Olmec or the Z people, man, they were extremely complex, more complex than anything that they had ever seen in Europe. And they want to call this the New World.
Right.
Nah, this world was flourishing.
It was the old world, because if you look in Tartaria and look at even in Chicago,
Yes,
they
sir.
had the World Fair.
Absolutely.
So the World Fair had these crazy structures.
Monuments.
And they were saying they just had that just for the fair and they tore them down?
Nah.
That's
no way.
bullshit.
No,
Yeah,
some
no
of them
way.
still there.
Oh, really?
The Museum of Science and Industry is still there. There are all kind of architecture throughout Jackson Park and Midway Pleasance. Midway Pleasance is where the University of Chicago is. The first World Fair was held there. It's still some of that old, ancient-looking architecture throughout those parts of the city.
Right.
It's crazy.
Right now.
And even in DC, like, Capitol Hill and all those other, buildings over
Absolutely.
there. They said I seen videos to where they have engineers that went over there and they were like, there's no way we have the tools today to build this.
Absolutely.
On how it's sculpted perfectly.
Yeah.
Like this has to be some type of laser or something, because one of those buildings have like a door that's like 20 feet tall.
Absolutely.
Full of copper.
Ain't no way.
There's no way
Yeah.
we have the technology today to build these things. Who built this?
Yeah, and they call that one thing an obulus. They call it an obulus, the thing that goes up that was actually made out the phallus of a man.
Right.
It was to represent the one missing piece of Asur when Set couldn't find the 13th piece of her husband. Because when he was killed, they chopped him up into 13 parts, and the last part was missing was his phallus. So they created this thing called a tekenu in Egypt that people went on to call obulus. Obulus is the Greek word for it. Just like Egypt is the Greek word for it. It was called Kemet, you know what I'm saying? And people were called the Kemites. And that same monument is in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny about that is that if you look at the DOD, they're building the Pentagon.
Yeah.
Now, you just explained what that looks like.
Yeah.
Now, what does the Pentagon look like?
The Pentagon.
It looks like a female's reproductive organ.
Absolutely. Church.
They're saying like that's old, the old world and whatnot, but really it's here.
Yeah, man.
So I think that, they're playing on us with these things.
In Egypt or in Kemet, they already had a university in Thebes, which was once called Luxor. They had over 80,000 students enrolled, and it already taught the 7 liberal arts before the Hyksos invaded, which happened in 1500 BC. That's the first time people on the African continent had seen anybody outside of their ethnicity on that continent. Was 1500 BC. The first people that invaded was the Hyksos. And when the Hyksos got there was already a university in Egypt that taught the 7 liberal arts.
Oh.
Yeah.
You call them the Hyksos?
That's what they were called.
So you already know I'm thinking Hick.
Oh, man.
So that's where the Hicks come
Yeah,
from.
the last ones that went over there was the Arabs. They went over there like in I think it might have been 725 BC. They were the last ones to go to Egypt, and they never left. And now Egypt, which is in Africa, is called the Arab Republic of Egypt.
Arab Republic.
Damn.
Oh yeah, if you look at Africa, man, you look at the whole top part of Africa. They all have the crescent moon and a star.
That's like saying, yeah, we got this Taco Bell that we just set up in the back of Burger King. Like, what?
Yeah. They said that the Arabs came to Egypt came to Africa and invaded Africa like 1,500 years before a European man had even set foot in Africa. The Arabs had already started a slave trade there.
Right. Even in Tennessee, I mean, they have Egypt, Tennessee.
Yeah. Memphis. Yeah. We got Cairo in Illinois.
Right.
Cairo.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's
And
right
there's
at the
pyramids
end
in
of the
there, too.
Mississippi River. Yeah, all up and down the Mississippi. So my Uncle Johnny, shout out to my Uncle Johnny, he is the husband of my mother's sister, Evelyn. And my Uncle Johnny told me when he was a kid, he and his grandfather and his father, they used to get in boats, like going fishing up and down the Mississippi River. And he said he saw nothing but mounds, but he called them pyramids. He didn't say mounds. He said there was pyramids all up and down the Mississippi that he could remember when he was a kid.
That's
and that was
crazy.
just in the early 1900s or the middle 1900s.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, it's crazy. And then
This
they
shit
always
is
put it in your
something.
face. Like,
It sounds real Stargate. I ain't gonna hold you.
well, let's go to Stargate because the movie
Church.
is what? So break Stargate down for people who don't know.
Okay, that's a tall order. When it comes to Stargate, I mean, I don't know if anybody's ever seen this, but literally,
Have you seen the movie Stargate?
I seen it a long time ago when I was a shorty, so please refresh my memory.
oh, it's like looking at Egypt.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the entire whole schematic of that.
Yeah.
Like it's all very Egypt influenced.
Yeah, they have a portal basically they find,
Yeah.
and then it takes them to this Egyptian-like place, but they're super advanced, but it's mixed in with, ancient tradition of Egypt and whatnot. And they find this thing, and it's funny because they have a project, CIA, they declassified documents. They have something called Project Stargate,
Of course.
to where they use remote viewers and people who can go outside their bodies and, remote view places,
Astral project.
Yeah.
astral project.
That's cold blooded.
So this is how they found the Ark of the Covenant and all these other things. But it's funny that they call it that because that's pretty much doing the same thing. You're transporting yourself into another existence, another place.
Understood.
Yeah. And then Project Sunstreak, same thing. So it's like a deeper, deep dive on psychic abilities and whatnot. Like even the GATE program. I don't know if you remember that in school. Did you ever go to like the GATE program where they
hear
pulled the
about it?
kids out of class to see if they had psychic abilities?
No, we was just hopping gates running from the police. We was hopping gates running from
He
the
was like,
police.
"That's another gate."
That was the gate
Get
program.
away. Hey, we wasn't just hopping gates. You remember that move where you can get on the gate and bust a flip?
Yeah.
That's what we was doing.
That's the only
Can
program.
you hop this gate program?
Yeah, tell me about this gate program, though. I'm really interested.
No, yeah. So the GATE program was to see if it was a CIA ran program now that we know.
Okay.
But basically, they will go around America pulling kids out of class and run these tests on them,
Okay.
right? So they'll give you this pink drink, you drink it, and then they'll do flashcards and say, hey, what's on the other side of this flashcard?
They was giving them Pepto-Bismol?
Whatever that shit, I don't
Whatever
know
it
what the
was,
fuck
it was
Oh,
it was
man.
making them. I think it was making them forget what they saw in there
Probably.
because they gave it to
Man in
them.
black drink?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know some people that were in the gate program, and they all say they had that pink drink.
Yeah.
So,
it
yeah,
was
it's
some
crazy.
pink drink that they gave them, and they did flashcards to see if they had psychic abilities.
Yeah.
They ran tests to see if, you could see things on the other side of walls, all that stuff. So it was like a junior program of the Stargate program.
Bro, that sound like Mutant Academy, like
Right.
Professor X.
I was about to
Bingo.
say the same shit.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's always
yo,
in the movies.
It's
I'm telling
always in
y'all.
the movies.
And the fact that even going to that,
Yeah.
how we're talking about the civil rights movement,
Yeah.
that was actually based off of X-Men.
X-Men, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. The X-Men was based off
Or
the
the
civil
X-Men,
rights
yeah,
movement.
off the civil rights
yeah,
movement
yeah.
is what I mean. But yeah, with Professor X and
And
Magneto.
Magneto was Malcolm X, and Professor X was Dr. King.
Right.
Correct.
I saw
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Stan Lee said he pulled that from the civil rights movement and whatnot.
He
So
even made a character called Black Panther.
Right.
Off the Black Panthers.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So it's like I always reference that as far as like, media, movies, and because the government's in that too, and they always show you stuff, what's going on. They have a new movie too with Steven Spielberg that just came out. I don't know if you've seen that trailer where it's called Disclosure Day, where literally aliens are being disclosed like on live TV.
Come on, and they're just talking about that.
I gotta
Yeah.
see it. Man, going to that the Marvel thing and the X-Men, you gotta think, man, they compared the plight of our people to, mutants, but we was doing mutant type shit. We invented like the cotton gin. We invented the stop sign. We invented open heart surgery. We brought a lot of things to the world that had never been here before.
Right.
So that was kind of like mutant. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? The
right.
things that we had to do to survive. We learned how to mutilate pigs and turn them like, we learned how to make the intestines of a pig taste like a meal for people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was like some like miracle type shit what we
Right.
was doing. It's like mutant power. So
I
I
promise
understand.
you, I have a list of
Yeah.
everything that, or not everything, but more things than you know are invented by black people.
Cell phone technology. It's a brother that went to TSU from Jackson, Mississippi. I can't remember his name, but he was one of the pioneers of cell phone technology. A brother from Mississippi.
Video
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
us.
the cartridge,
Really?
the video game cartridge.
That's us.
The Super Soaker. Come on, man.
Yeah, Super
yeah,
Soaker.
Super Soaker.
Yeah.
Then you have, I forgot her name. She just got inducted to the Inventors Hall of Fame. She invented GPS.
I remember. I saw that.
She's in computer science.
Yeah.
She invented a gang of other stuff. But
I mean, we invented the formula for somebody to get into space.
yeah.
A young black women, 3 black women that invented that. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like, so we
They
might be
did
the
Hidden
mutants.
Colors on the movie.
But then how they get you is that when you get hired on, because she works for the government, right?
Yeah.
So she worked for DARPA. We were just talking about DARPA.
Yeah. So,
So
they
DARPA-
own your patent.
They own your shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how they get it. So they can mask it as like, oh, you didn't invent that. Like the government invented it. No, we created the internet and all. So it's like, no, she actually created GPS and all these other things that we use today.
Right.
So she has like over 100 patents on computer science and all this crazy stuff that we actually use today.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's otherworldly technology.
Yeah.
Switching gears a little bit. I know you've been around Kanye since you was 15.
For sure.
He came out about 3 years ago. I think it was like 3 years ago, and he said his trainer, his name was Harley Pasnick, right?
Mhm.
He came out and said that this dude is not actually a trainer. He's quote unquote. He's not a trainer. He's a handler.
Yeah.
And he said this guy was trying to sedate him and do all this crazy shit. Were you around for that?
Well, I'll tell you, I was around in the beginning when Harley came into the mix. I never got that he was like a CIA guy, but I'm very big on energy.
Yeah.
And I just never rocked with him. Like
Okay.
they used to work out, this and that, I never went to none of those workouts. I'd go to the gym by myself or go running by myself or
Right.
me and my man Really Doe, we'd go work out. I just didn't rock with him because
What was it about him that you didn't really rock with?
well, I'm big on vibrations, man. So like he wasn't doing anything overtly bogus as far as I could see. But, once it all came out and, the tension rose and then he was talking this shit about my buddy,
right.
my buddy exposed him.
Yeah.
And I truly do believe what my buddy said about Buddy being a handler,
for sure.
because my whole thing is, how did you get here? Like, I was gone. I was moving around. I would be going back to Chicago every opportunity that I had, like after tour. Then I just come around and this guy's around. And I'm like, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, that's our trainer. Then he started naming all the people who he was the trainer of. So
That
it made
part.
him sound official.
Right.
So I wasn't like, he might be CIA or something. I was just like, oh, this is some Hollywood shit. You know
See,
what I'm saying?
what us nerds call that is a disturbance in the force.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Like, you'd be
Yeah.
like, hold on. Like, you just be look around and then all of a sudden you'd be like, something's wrong.
Yeah, and back then, and back then, I had like my temper wasn't as mild and controlled as it is now. So I mean, either I probably would have did something to him, or they probably would have got me out the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So through the grace of God, I wasn't around him as much. And during the time when Ye exposed him, I wasn't around him at that time. Me and Ye was in constant communication, but you know, I'm in Chicago and in California building my businesses, so I had to like build my business.
Right, do your
Right.
thing.
Yeah. But we talked on a regular basis, and around that time with him exposing it, he told me how he felt before he went public about it, and I was like, where he at? That's just what I got on.
Yeah.
And Ye didn't know where he was.
You wanted to put hands and feet on him if you had to.
Yeah.
And
did.
that's the thing. He has so much influence, and to see that in real time, how they send these people. Because we had a buddy that came in here. He's a hypnotherapist.
Yeah.
And he works with a lot of celebrities and whatnot. He was like, man, yeah, it's real. Like there's people who come around because he's in the medical field, and certain people are just, where'd you come from? And,
Well, they'll send people around you in order to execute whatever their invested interests are, you know, and make sure that you don't step outside of the laws and policies or the lines and boundaries that have been set forth by them for you as a entertainer. Because, see, when you become an entertainer, they let you in their system. Their system has been around before we've been around.
Bingo.
You know what I'm saying? They came from Eastern Europe, came over, settled in California, built the whole industry, bro.
Right.
And when they build an industry, they like, yo, if ever we make it in their industry, we still have to remember that it's their industry. They created it. You know what I'm saying? Now, we might be the talent. We might be what the machine will work in order for everybody to get rich.
Right.
But it's still their thing.
It's their machine.
So when it's their thing, man, they going to be watching everything that goes on in it. Whoever is running this thing, you know what I'm saying? They going to be making sure they monitoring everything. And, like, I don't think that you could get as big as my friend got without being in the system or being watched through the scope. And then once he realized he was in the scope, he didn't want to be in the scope.
Exactly.
And he like, hey, he did this, he did this, he did this.
Yeah.
You know, and hey, man, it leads to a lot of animosity.
Yeah.
Shout out
You know
to
what I'm
Ye.
saying? But people look at him and they be like, oh, man, he crazy or this and that. Man, ain't nobody been through what he been through.
Yeah,
Ain't
he's just
nobody
ahead of the
seen
game.
what he's saying.
If you really look at Ye, they call him crazy, but then people catch up a year, 2 years later. They're like, wait, hold up.
Yeah.
Bro, he's been doing it like
For years
on end. And it's just like every time he says something, it's like people like, he's crazy. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
And then
then 2 years later, everybody's on the same
Like,
wave.
damn, he was right.
Yeah,
Like it happened like 4 or 5 times.
I know.
The culture is, it's not that he's crazy. He's just early.
Yeah,
Futurist.
There you have it. That's very well put.
It's called a futurist.
Very well put. That's how he be, man. He be ahead of the curve. He always been ahead of the curve. You know, from music. Like, I met him when he was 15 years old. This man had an ASR 10 keyboard. His mama bought him a keyboard that was like 3 bands when he was a shorty because he told his mama what he wanted to do. And his mama, all she ever did was support whatever her son wanted to do.
Right.
She was a hell of a woman. She was outstanding. She was the first black woman chair of the English department at Chicago State. She owned several buildings and real estate and properties in Chicago. She made a way. And we live in a time where people look down on nepotism, especially our ethnicity. We'll look at people and be like, man, y'all only got this because your mama had this, or you only got this building because your daddy
like that.
gave it to you. That's how it's supposed to be.
Absolutely.
Any generation is supposed to be in a position to leave something for the next generation so that we don't always have to start at square one.
Right.
And that's what his mama was on. She believed in her son. She encouraged him. And, man, I think she raised him pretty good, man. And it's just the fact that, you know, he said that he was dealing with mental issues. You're dealing with mental issues, and then you have surgery, and then you have to take, like, painkillers and shit because of the surgery you had, but you're dealing with mental issues. Painkillers and mental issues don't go hand in hand.
Right.
So at some point, it might be a situation to where you might snap on somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you don't usually snap on somebody that didn't have it coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the games that people play, they play them in the dark. But as we all know, it always comes to the light.
Yeah, especially in
Always.
the industry.
Always.
The industry's full of games.
Yeah, man.
And these people aren't in their right minds most of the time.
Yeah, I was seeing people talking about, he the Illuminati, he sold it. So, man, this man was making beats, just like he said on Spaceship, 5 beats a day for 3 summers.
Yeah.
He was doing that.
Yeah.
Like the man used to be in the crib making beats, like just all day making beats. You go to his crib, you bringing girls, you like, we got some girls. He like,
Yeah,
just
I
make
don't
it
care.
beats.
Nah,
Going
different.
crazy.
Different. You don't
Yeah.
get to that. You don't get to
Yeah.
that level like
I never
being
seen-
distracted. You don't get to that level being
Yeah.
distracted.
Bro, I never seen no kid. We was kids. I never seen no kid with that level of dedication.
Oh, he was a kid doing this.
15, 16.
Yeah, no, he was
Damn.
destined. That's like Michael Jackson type shit.
Yeah.
Like there's certain
Yeah.
people that just
I
they're
met him
built
when
like
he was
that.
15, he was on that.
That's
You know what
crazy.
I'm saying? Like he always was crazy about girls. He loved basketball. He loved clothes. And music was his thing. He was into that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he exercised his G and got there. And then when he got there, he reached for his guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but just due to the fact of where I come from and me being like outspoken, and as I said, I wasn't always the best at controlling my temper. What I would do in certain situations, I would try to be there for him, aid in the system, stand by his side. But when it would be things that was out of my control, am I gonna sit around and just be in the midst of it, act like it's cool, or will I detach myself?
Right.
Because you gotta realize that no matter what anybody's going through around you, or what you going through, self-preservation is key. If you don't preserve yourself, you don't preserve your peace of mind, then you will not be anything but a burden to anybody else that's around you. You gotta have your inner peace A1. And I had to have my inner peace A1.
No, that's the most important thing. Because if
Absolutely.
there's chaos going on inside, like nothing
Absolutely.
else really matters. You can be sitting in a room by yourself.
Absolutely.
Going through it.
And then in the music industry, street laws don't apply. You can't just walk up to somebody and smack the shit out of them off GP. There's cameras everywhere. And then nowadays, you can't walk up and smack the shit out of nobody because everybody will up on you and shoot you.
Oh, for
Right.
sure.
Off GP when they see you walking their way.
Yeah.
Smack the shit out
It's
of
a
them.
different
you could,
time.
You could step on somebody's shoes by accident, and it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
A,
It's different. It's a different time.
it's a different time, man. But I saw him for Thanksgiving, and man, he seemed like that. Always positive. He's producing. He working hard. He creating, and he just ain't really concerned with any animosity or any negativity. He in a real good positive space, and I think sooner than later the world gonna see a hell of a return. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just
sure.
lock back in
Yeah.
and I think that when he has these moments of outbursts and whatnot, it's just that there's so much bullshit around you. And then I always make the point of TMZ, right?
Yeah.
When we see a celebrity blow up, that's the end result. We see that on TMZ, but we don't see everything leading up to that.
Yeah.
Nah, you don't.
It's a lot of chaos around them.
Absolutely.
And then all of a sudden, like Britney Spears or whoever else blows up, and they're like, "Oh, these motherfuckers is crazy."
Yeah. I mean, you have the Harley Pasternak of the world. You
Yeah,
got
behind
motherfuckers
the
like
scenes
that.
doing
that's-
shit, cooking you up.
Yeah,
that's
doing-
what I'm saying. They can be feeding you shit or putting some stuff in your food or who knows what they doing,
Hey, bro,
playing games.
I've been invited to Hollywood homes of people who like everybody regard as some of the
I know
biggest
these
stars in the
stories.
world.
Here this shit come.
And they'll be like, they'll be eating their dinner or having drinks or whatever. I don't drink, by the way, but they would be having their dinner and be like, hey, do you want some food? Do you want something to eat?
Nope.
And I'll be like, no. I might have been starving in the mother. I probably ain't ate nothing in 12 hours.
So that's you just in your mind like, yo, I'm not fucking with it. Like I don't know. They might be putting something in the food. Is that you in the back of your mind? Like,
Well, I'll just tell you, man, I would never have the truth in my face and make it out to be a lie.
yeah.
If I've seen the end results of being in the midst of certain people and I see how people may have spiraled or whatever, I'm not going to do anything that could possibly lead to me being on that page.
I seen that movie.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to avoid everything at all costs. You know what I'm saying?
So it's safe to say, don't trust these Hollywood parties.
Well, I ain't going to say
Hell.
everybody.
Not everybody.
Yeah, because I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like, I've been to Diddy parties.
Shit with Diddy. That's what I'm saying.
I've been to Diddy parties, bro,
Yeah.
but I never seen baby oil. I never. No, I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Because multiple perspectives can coexist, and then multiple experience can coexist at the same time.
This is true.
I never made it to round 2. Never seen none of that. Whenever I went to Diddy parties, I saw heavies in the industry. Everybody was fellowshipping, kicking it. I saw some of the most beautiful women I ever seen in my life.
For sure.
And I just didn't see like what has came out into the world.
So you left about what? About
Man,
12 o'clock?
That's how I move, bro. Like, if I go to a party at a club or anywhere, I'm never staying till the lights on.
Nope.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you
when
can't.
it's always dangerous. After
Yeah,
like
after that.
2 a.m., it's nothing good in the
Everybody
streets.
slapped.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Everybody slapped
They
off
slapped.
the drink. You know what I'm saying? So when you when you gone off that liquor, man, a lot of times you can't control no signs, no sights of rage. Your emotions is going all in different directions. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm
and you
good.
might want to get into it with somebody,
Yeah.
man.
And imagine a bunch of people that's on the same shit.
On the same
My main
frequency.
thing is always safety.
Yeah.
And the thing is, look, I got a conceal and carry. I got a 4A card. I'm licensed. But my thing is, I'm not anywhere looking for trouble.
Exactly.
That's to be able to provide, protect, and produce. Make sure that anybody around me is safe. But if I can avoid conflict or any type of obstacles, I avoid it because I'm a man. Man is MAN, maneuver around nonsense. And that's how I carry it.
Bars.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
bars,
yeah,
big
yeah.
bars.
Big
That's
bars. And that I believe in that so much because I don't start shit, but I'll finish it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
Because at the end of the day, everybody's a man. You got to handle your own shit. Like,
Absolutely.
And I don't think that really going out to look for trouble and trying to be hard and all this other shit, that doesn't make you a man.
It's goofy.
Bro, I ain't caught no case in 14 years.
That's
Shout out to
amazing.
that.
Almost
That's how it
15
should
years.
be.
That's amazing.
That's how it should be. That's a real man. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
You know how to, like you said, maneuver around chaos.
Absolutely.
Like you shouldn't go looking for chaos and whatnot. So,
Yeah.
and I believe like with celebrities, they have to be able to maneuver and transition into this new era because a lot of stuff is very stripping down now.
Absolutely.
We see a lot of people, a lot of rappers, a lot of entertainment people going to podcasts, and this whole podcast,
Look at me.
this whole podcast thing, right? So I think it's
Hey, y'all podcast royalty, man.
Oh, man.
You know
man,
what I'm saying?
we just out here, man.
Yeah,
we just
no,
trying to do our
yeah,
thing.
We just trying to provide
Shout
information.
out to my man cousin Bang too. He out here, making some
I just smoke
severe
bang.
tracks. You know
I
what I'm
just smoke
saying?
bang. He here. I just smoke
Yeah.
bang. Yo,
right here.
watch out, alienated.
He put his banks and thumbs down right now.
No, we had a good episode, alienated. That's gonna come out. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
But
it's a good one.
but last thing, I don't know if you saw speaking of podcasts with Jim Jones and all those guys. That's what I'm saying. Like they're on these podcasts.
Yeah.
Like what is going on with all these people that that are jumping out because they're in it with 50 Cent? Like this shit is crazy.
Well, they understand, which DJ Academic said a long time ago when he was into some rappers, he was like, man, I'm making more money than anybody rapping off YouTube.
Yeah.
Man, that was a dead giveaway. YouTube pay out more than Spotify, Apple Music,
does.
Tidal, all that.
Shout out to YouTube.
is what
Shout out to
yeah.
YouTube.
YouTube keeping the lights
This
on
is
right now.
This the new record industry.
Yeah, no,
You know what I'm
100%.
saying? This is
YouTube
what
paying
it
for this.
is.
So is it safe to say that podcasting is like the new rap game?
Absolutely, man. Because just in any business, bro, like in music, like I've been in the music game professionally since the late 90s.
Damn.
Like we was in the Source magazine in 1999.
He said the source.
As
Source
one-
is
as-
crazy.
As one of the top independent groups in the whole world.
What was the name of the group?
The Go-Getters.
Oh, word.
Me,
Okay.
Kanye West, my man Aerostar, Timmy G, Really Doe. Cousin Bang was there. He was making beats and shit back then.
crazy.
You
That's
know what I'm saying?
crazy. Damn.
Cousin Bang did Jim Jones' first single he ever had.
Which one?
Certified Gangsters.
Oh, you did that?
Certified Gangsta.
That was
Oh,
my shit.
shit.
He produced it. That was one of the hardest beats. Yo,
Yeah,
that
that was
shit was
crazy.
hard.
Yeah,
That shit was
Cousin
hard.
Bang did that. He was producing for us when we was the Go-Getters.
Oh shit.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
on top of a lot of other shit he was doing, but he
Oh,
was
yeah.
producing for us. When we was the
Yeah.
Go-Getters.
Get into it. Get into it.
Yeah.
Get into
I
it.
mean, I was doing other shit too. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, you had to
Yeah.
do what you had to do. Shit.
No, but that's beautiful though. I think that again with this podcast and stuff, it's a brand new vertical that is only growing. Podcasting right now is a $40 billion industry and growing. And to see all these people jump in, we'll see who's like, the cream of the crop, obviously, because I think it is a bubble. But it's a good hustle to where you can transition because the music game isn't doing so well right now.
Oh no, it's definitely not because we musicians aren't being we are not being compensated on a fair level. You know what I'm saying? Like, streaming platforms make way more money than artists. You know, I mean, per your record being sold, like if you're selling a record or a song, because I don't think people use the term record anymore. You know, I'm showing my age. But, you know, if you do a song, is that what they call it now? Just songs?
Yeah. Well, they got whatever the fuck they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you doing a song, you know, you would be lucky if you get 0.003 cent
It don't make sense.
per stream.
Crazy.
Why
That's
the fuck would I
ridiculous.
do that?
That's
Don't
what I'm
make sense,
saying,
man.
Like
Yeah.
the payout isn't there. You know what's even crazy?
Yeah.
I got a huge, crazy DM from a person who's a legend in the I can't say their
Legend.
name.
We'll tell
They
you
got to
off
be
camera.
anonymous.
Yeah.
But they DM'd me the other day, and I was shocked because they were like, "Yo, I love the podcast.
They've
I
been
watch you.
watching
They've
us.
been watching for a long time.
Yeah.
Just supporting from afar.
Yeah.
And they're a heavyweight in the TV world,
Yeah.
legend. And this
TV royalty.
yeah, so this person reached out to me and was like, yo, I love the podcast. I love what you're doing. You guys are on the road to, you know, success. You're on a rocket right now.
Yes, sir.
And I was like, damn, that's huge coming from them.
Yeah.
And I had a chance to chop it up with them. They were just saying the landscape of even not just movies, but, you know, TV and movies. And they're saying, yeah, the numbers are even worse than what you think. Stuff is going down the toilet. Like, shows are getting canceled left and right. And what you're doing is, you know, that's where it's at, because YouTube has like crazy market share right now. Like, nobody watches TV.
And you control your intellectual property. You own it.
Yes, sir.
You are the intellectual property.
Exactly.
You have full ownership.
Yeah.
And you said that this is a vertical space, meaning that, hey, it can't do nothing but go up from here, and you can build on top of whatever you build. It's just like diversifying your portfolio, like as a businessman, not just speaking as an artist. So as you mentioned, I have a cannabis company. I'm in in over 20% of the stores in Illinois since my launch, but we're going to be in 100 by the summer, trust me. Shout out to my man Brian Bowens. He coming to Chicago. He's the CEO of Kanye, and we finna get it busting. Shout out to Ryan Cron. You know, these the founders. You know, these the guys that put me in the business. You know what I'm saying? Gave me the opportunity.
Sure.
But you have to diversify your portfolio. I tell artists all the time, like, I know people that are trying to get into the industry, or they may even be there, and they be like, man, I just want to do this full time, bro. I'm just going to do this full time. Bro, how you going to take care of food, shelter, clothing? Because the money, if you're like new in it, it's not just pouring in like that. You got to be able to take care of yourself.
Right.
And with what y'all doing, your shit is really vertical, because you got an upstairs with multiple rooms. You got multiple floors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, man, this is extremely inspiring. My time here in Vegas, man, has been extremely informational. Like, I've been learning so much, man. And I came down here to work primarily with my man, Cousin Bang, because that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? He was like, bro, you need to get down here.
Yeah.
I got down here, man, and we've been on a roller coaster ride ever since.
Yeah, man, you got to get out here, man. You got to move out here.
You gotta move.
Well,
Yeah,
You gotta get a spot out here, man.
or at least get a spot. Yeah, because this is the new media city, man.
I think
so,
I'm being influenced to do so, bro.
yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Definitely. You definitely got to come back. Appreciate your time, man.
I appreciate y'all.
Let
man.
everybody know where they can find your businesses, your websites, whatever.
Hey, man, you want some ism, go ahead and follow him at GLCTHEISM. That's GLC, the ism. You can find me on all over social media. You can find me on my YouTube channel. You can find me in the streets of Chicago. You can find me in multiple dispensaries.
Shout out to vegan desserts too. Where you get those vegan desserts at?
Vegan desserts, man. So I have a vegan dessert company that I launched in 2016. It's called Ism Cakes. We are returning to Whole Foods first quarter, along with Can't Believe It's Not Me, Wilma's Famous Barbecue, and multiple restaurants throughout the city of Chicago.
The cartoon? You got the cartoon?
The cartoon is called Haterville. And with Haterville, man, it stars a guy by the name of Tater Chip. And man, it's going to premiere alongside a superstar by the name of Cousin Bang on his Know What I'm Talking About podcast. You know,
Hey, I gotta be a voice on there, man. You gotta look at
yeah. Ain't no question, man.
Write me up a character. Write Maverick up a character,
Oh,
man.
ain't no question, man. I could put y'all on the show. Y'all could play yourselves, you know.
For sure.
We spreading it, man, because see, with my man Cousin Bang and myself, bro, we are like really cerebral. Like, we extremely intelligent, and we do things that everybody else looked at like it couldn't be done. Like, a lot of people don't know, before Kanye had a deal, Cousin Bang had a deal. He was like traveling the world with Rap a Lot. he was in Los Angeles with the Outlaws, like getting
Word.
it in. Like he was like
Hey.
really one of them guys,
Right.
one of the pioneers of like moving forward in the music industry.
I got
Right.
my cousin was in the Outlaws.
What's your cousin name?
Ronnie Gonzo.
Gonzo?
You know Gonzo?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gonzo died. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out.
He was in Caution. Yeah.
Yeah,
Caution.
then he went to Caution.
That's
He
family.
was there.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's family. That's family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
That's
rest in peace,
crazy.
Gonzo,
Oh, yeah.
man.
Rest in
That's
He
peace.
got a
cousin.
song with the Outlaw. I got a song with the Outlaws.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn,
For real?
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Man,
Small world.
fucking world.
Yeah, man. So like
Damn.
this thing of ours it's foundationally strong. This is not a matter of you see a guy doing good, now you trying to get up on him. The whole time we been like this.
Right.
Like I wouldn't have came down here if he didn't call me and say, "Gee, you need to get down here."
Right.
Right.
I hopped on the plane and got down here.
Man,
That's
we
what it
glad
is.
you came, man.
I'm grateful too, man. And I'm very grateful that I met you brothers because usually like when you meet people in like entertainment, especially in the music industry, and with me being a vibrational person, I can feel people's vibration. I was like, these niggas solid.
For sure. For sure. We the
Appreciate
same
it.
way. We the
Yeah.
same way. We didn't dealt
Yeah.
with all the Hollywood shit.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
grew up in the industry. We grew up. He grew up acting. I grew up. We was in music. We had record deals. We was in the game. So like we know the Hollywood shit. We don't fuck with a lot of people.
Understood.
That's why we, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Why we doing what we're doing and why we speak the way we speak, how openly we are is
Yeah.
because we don't fuck with a lot of people. We don't give a fuck. Whoever's not fucking with us ain't fucking with us. But we
Yeah.
fuck with whoever we fuck with.
Yeah.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? And off the rip, I said, man, this dude's solid.
Yeah. 'cause
Off
we-
the rip.
Yeah, because when we sat down, I was like, oh, yeah, this would be a good
Yeah,
podcast.
off the rip.
Well, you know what happens, man. A lot of times when people meet artists that they've listened to over the years, when they meet them, it don't be the same person that they
Well, see,
embraced on the
Yeah.
record.
That's
the thing-
a fact.
I'm
Yeah.
the same. I
Yeah.
don't have no rap voice or none of
Yeah.
that. Sitting here talking to me, you know you talking to the dude that was sipping Coronas and
Pomona
Pomona
with Mona. Come on, man.
I'm the same dude.
Mona had that thing. But
Oh man, shout out.
the thing about it is, all of us sitting here,
Yeah.
like, yeah, we were entertainment. We were in it, but entertainment's in us. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like it's not like, oh, we own. No, it's like entertainment is in us.
It's in y'all DNA.
And for those that don't know, Shane is like he's the real music legend here. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Besides yourself,
yeah.
And he was No Limit. He was in all kind of
Yeah, you Def Jam.
Def Jam.
Jam.
Yeah.
He
Playing
did
no
shit for
games,
B2K.
Shane.
Yeah, Shane.
Yeah.
Shane
Yeah.
is.
I'm on 2K right now.
Yeah, nah, 100%, man. Shane was really.
2K26, my man TP Parham, man. Outstanding.
Oh, shit. That's
So
dope.
I'm on 2K in the Twitter feed. So you might
Yeah.
see GLC the Ism saying, oh man, he dunked the hell out of him or something. You know,
Hey,
you might
that's
see
dope.
me
That's
on
dope.
there.
Hey, for those that don't know either, you told me some crazy shit. You
What's
said
that?
you was on Encore.
I was.
Jay-Z. He was on. He was on.
Yeah.
He was
On
a
what
nigga
song?
talking on it.
I'm the dude on there saying, it's star time. This man is mean.
Oh,
He's
that's you?
killing
That's
all
him,
y'all
bro.
jive
Get the fuck
turkeys.
outta here.
Y'all want more than Jigga Man? Well, if y'all want more than Jigga Man, I need y'all to help me bring them back to the stage. Come on, say it. Yeah, that's me. That was my first. Well, aside from the infamous Syndicate out of Chicago, they were a duo group with Shauna and Tifa. I was on one of their albums. I got a little acting role on there. And they album went on to do pretty good. And Shauna went on to be a household name. And Tifa went on to have a great career in music. But I was on their album. But the first major album I was on was Jay-Z's The Black Album. And I got that role on Encore because I was in the studio with Ye. I was high, I had women there, and I was like acting like, you know, blaxploitation style, talking like a player, a pimp, or a Mac,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And Kanye walked into the room, he heard me doing that, he seen the women embracing my concept, and he was like, man, G, you need to do that on this song right now. So I went in the booth and I became, it's star time. And
Get the fuck
ended up
outta
on-
here.
Yeah, ended up on Ho's album.
Yo,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and
shit.
you know what's so crazy? I ended up on the College Dropout on Spaceship. And that year, the following year at the Grammys, the Black Album and the College Dropout was both nominated in that year. And I was on both of those albums. So that was kind of cool.
Hell of a year for you.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Legendary.
That's
That's
dope.
crazy.
That's
For
dope.
sure.
That's fire.
Yeah, so we're gonna end it on a high note.
Yeah.
So they got all your stuff. Make sure you guys follow GLC. We will drop all the links below.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you guys go to maverickapproach.com. Also go to school.com. Break the Matrix, where I teach you AI, crypto, real estate, everything you need to know. And make sure you guys question everything, because nothing is what it seems. Peace.
That's a fact.
Love.